Alright, there we go. Howdy, folks. I'm laying in my bed on the hill overlooking the parking lot of the mall. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, I put out a little short earlier. A little short. Walking up and down Gun Barrel. And, you know, so the police ran me off from Lowe's down there, which I can understand why, because a lot of trash and shit gets left there, and a lot of traffic comes there, and a lot of people do the same thing I was doing down there, flying a sign saying, you know, whatever they say. I fly signs that say, I can fly a sign that says need work, or I can fly a sign that says all the rest of it's political stuff and songs by Jesse Wells. So but I had a good day and a bad day. I destroyed, had a fit, and I've been through a lot, you gotta understand. And paid $360 for that electric bike I had, and ruined the battery in a downpour, stuck on the Riverwalk, recording the video that has the rings in it with the bricks. When I went downtown to record that video that day, on the way back I was stuck on the Riverwalk, right? If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, you can't escape it. I was on the bike, had my backpack on. Long story short, really messed my arm up. I went off of the sidewalk with the bike into about 2.5 to 3 feet of water. I didn't know it was that deep. The sidewalk was disappearing into the water, and just about 65, 70 yards ahead was an overpass. If you've been on it, you know what I'm talking about, where you can get on it at this one place. Not too far, you get to that overpass, and you go up under it. The overpass goes over, but it would have been shelter from the rain. But the sidewalk disappeared into the water, so I turned left off of it, and unbeknownst to me, there was a raised concrete, about a foot higher, a foot and a half high or something, concrete drainage thing that had a big metal cap on it, but it was for water drainage, and it was deep. It dropped off twice, and me and the electric bike went off in it, and it ruined the battery. So I've had this plan to buy another battery, hoping that would take care of it, because it ruined it. It fried something in some circuitry somewhere. It had to be the battery. The rest of the bike would have been fine. It's cheaply made. I could tell when I tore it up today it was cheaply made, because it really bent up really bad compared to what I did to it. I picked it up over my head 3 consecutive times and body slammed it flat onto the concrete. I was just pissed. I was needing to go get my phone service ran out at midnight last night, and thank goodness, you good Tennessee people. I'm starting to like Tennessee. Tennessee's the people of Tennessee are good people. I'm glad to be back east from being destroyed by the Nazi state of Texas and doing me the way they did me. Not, you know, when authorities do stuff to people, they don't know those people's situation in life. They don't know what kind of people they are. This whole system is so screwed up. But anyway, so yeah, I forgot that I had this problem, and I hadn't looked at it close on the bike, where the left-hand pedal, not the pedal itself, but the part that attaches to the pedal, where it attaches at the center, like the other one does on the other side, it was coming off, and it's got an Allen on there, and an Allen bolt that holds that on there. And it had this plastic piece that came off, and long story short, I stopped at this freaking little store there on Hamilton Parkway, headed over to the Dollar General and go get a card because somebody was nice enough to give me enough money to when I was flying those political signs, somebody got tickled, you know, and decided to help me out, and you know, I was able to get the card for my phone service. But on the way over there, that pedal, I stopped at that place and tried to tighten it, and the dude brought me was nice enough to let me use an Allen ratchet, and I thought it was tightening, and it wasn't. I didn't realize it. I started trying to pedal it away from there and thought it was fixed. No, it came loose again, and I got pissed off. I pulled the thing off, and sure enough, the fucking bolt was completely fucking cross-threaded and fucked up. And I got pissed off, and I realized that I bought the fucking thing from somebody returning it to Walmart after they had gotten it the previous day in the mail. They paid like $3.80 for it plus shipping or something. And but it pissed me off bad enough to where I picked it up and body slammed it 3 times right there next to the road at it where you turn into this business. and then the bar with the pedal attached to it, I took it and threw it at a vital part down where the chain was and into the spokes about 4 or 5 times, and made sure I fucked up some spokes, and it's sufficiently trashed. And then I just walked it to the next business and walked straight back to the back, and there was a guy at the dumpster back there. He was like, I was pissed off. He could tell I was pissed off, and I was like, yeah, I just trashed this motherfucker, dude. He's like, oh, you can leave it right here. I was like, thank you. I was like, I gotta go get my fucking goddamn phone card over here. Now I gotta walk, so it's gonna be an hour and a half where I'll even get back over here. Or back over to, you know, basically, it is over here. It's right by the mall where that happened on Hamilton Parkway. But it's been a bad day as far as that goes. But it's been a good day as far as the good people of Tennessee. I appreciate y'all. I'm sorry that I'm out here homeless, you know, and that I'm kind of, you know, look, if you knew my story, you would, you know, you would kind of be, you know, okay, I understand why he's pissed off as he is, and is procrastinating, going back to work, you know. But see, this throws a wrench. But anyway, the battery was bad on the bike, right? Anyway, so I was gonna have to spend $75-80 on that battery, and then that shit happened today, and I just snapped. I had to tear the son of a bitch up. I just have to do that sometimes, because I've been stressing. I've been trying for the last 2.5 months, literally. Another reason why I'm still, because my plan was to get another battery, and then because I can go 12 miles on well, I figured it up because of trial and error. I could go 12 miles on that bike, one way, or 6 miles round trip, or, you know, 2 ways. I can go 12 miles. So if I got a job 4 miles from here, it'd be easy for me to make sure every day I could get back and forth to work. Now, I wouldn't run into the problem I ran into working through the temp agency down here, over here at Gestamp, which was a perfect job for me. My fucking supervisors love me. Seriously. They love me. They didn't have to worry about me. They take me, stick me over there. And I even tweak. I've done that kind of work so much that I tweaked 2 of the 3 different spots they put me in. I'd actually tweak the whole machinery in one place or another so that it ran smoother, so that I could hit the freaking production numbers without killing myself every day. That's what kind of employee I am in the metal manufacturing. You know, if you're a supervisor that works for somebody that does warehouse work, manufacturing work, any kind of production work, working with metal, working with wood, you got a fucking old 57-year-old guy that's in great shape out here, that's got sense, that's a decent person, that you can have working there. But anyway, I got off track. One reason why I'm not working is because, or one reason I was waiting to go back to work was to get a battery for that bike. Now that's gone, so I don't have to worry about that. Because see, I hadn't been able, because I've got 2 bills a month. I've got my phone bill, which is 56 and change for the card, like I just uploaded up service onto my phone about an hour and a half ago. And then I've got 52. It's going to be 52 for 2 more months. This next month, well, no, 1 more month, because I just paid the second month, which is 52. So I've only got 1 more 52 month, and there'll be 62 a month for my 5x5 storage unit right here, which I still need, even though the bike's not in there. The bike was the most valuable thing I had in my storage unit, really, as far as a single item, but now it's gone. It was a piece of shit bike too. It really was. It's cheap, thin, real thin metal. The shit bent really easy. Fuck it, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. All right, I freaked out. I busted the son of a bitch up. I got more room in my storage unit now. If anybody's got a fucking used anybody's got a used moped, especially if it's gas and it's less 50cc or less, anybody that's got anything I can use for transportation, I can come up with the money to pay you one fucking way or another. I don't know, you know. I mean, I can go, I'm going to be going back to work at some point. And now I guess the bike's gone. So I don't have to worry about that. So now, yeah, I've got to work around not having a bike. Fuck a bike. I don't have a bike. I'm not going to be getting a battery. I'm not going to be riding a fucking electric bike. Fucking electric bike. I don't want an electric bike. Don't buy me a $2,000 electric bike. I don't want a fucking electric bike. Give me a freaking moped. A used moped. A used moped, used motorcycle. Fucking some kind of transportation to get my old ass around. I'm 57. I just turned 57 years old. Okay? So, now, point number 2 I'm going to make on this. I promise that all the videos after this one are going to be, they're going to be, let me get my vape. All the videos after this are going to be, by the way, Tennessee Accountability, shout out, buddy. Y'all, you good Tennessee people that I'm starting to grow on me. I like you. There's some good ones. There's a whole lot of Tesla drivers out there too. I'm going to be having to chastise y'all, but I got a lot of chastising that's coming, y'all. Stick in there. Stick in there. You're gonna hear this old 57-year-old codger give you some wisdom. And my three brothers, and my sister. My 3 brothers. You know, family's family. I love my family. Everybody loves their family. I love my family. Hey, y'all. Hey, all my nieces and nephews, and all my nieces and nephews' kids that I've never met. Love y'all. But my 3 brothers. Hey, 3 brothers. My 3 brothers. Hey, y'all. Y'all. I don't know if you'll actually admit to it or recognize it. Probably because you won't even investigate it, which ties right into an awful lot for a lot of people other than y'all. But y'all need to try to take all your negative fucking shit you got in your head about your little brother, okay, and try to just brush that shit aside. Just push it aside, okay? Your little brother is probably 10 to 14 times wiser than you on many things, okay? And many important things, I'll say. So you'll get into it. I'll be addressing you directly from time to time in my videos because, hey, you know, peace. But I still got a little tinge in me about y'all not at least making some kind of effort fucking save my van and shit in Texas. Alright? That's okay. I forgive you. Fucking shit's gone. It's not your fault. It's the fucking demonic system that you don't realize is a demonic system that you keep participating in, that you shouldn't participate in anymore. A lot of people, it wouldn't take me about 20% of the people in the fucking country to all at the same time say, you know what, we're done with y'all. We're not paying you tax. Hey, state, hey, feds, state, local, we're not giving you tax money. We're not paying taxes anymore. Go fuck yourself. I mean, if you can do that, I don't know. I'm a dumbass. I don't know how when it comes to that kind of shit. That I'm stupid to. I don't know. There's probably ways to do. You could do it, but you're gonna have to fucking tell all these fucking parasitic motherfuckers, both in and outside of government. You're gonna have to figure out a way to detach from them, and you better start doing it now because your kids are gonna hate you. Your kids are going to hate you. Your grandkids are going to hate you. Everybody in the future is going to hate you. You're going to look back and go, these bastards had a chance to stop this, and they didn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, put it on the shelf. But my brothers, I'm going to be giving y'all some economics classes. Some real economics classes. And some other stuff. You'd be proud of your little brother if you really knew the concreteness, for lack of a better word, of the knowledge your little brother has, and how important it is, and how much it stands in the place of defending justice and freedom and liberty. Real freedom, real justice. Liberty is a kind of a loaded word. I don't like that word. Liberty is like, there's an implication with the word liberty that somebody is giving it to you. You only have liberty to do this because we're allowing you to have liberty to do this. I don't like that shit. That's kind of fucking shit. Yeah. I'm going to teach you a lot of stuff if you'll listen to your little brother. Some people are not meant to go with the program when they come into this world. Our lives are too short, brothers. There are things that one must look deeply at, especially when your lifespan's only 60 to 90 years. It's like that. The people that are the enemy of you, brothers, me, my sisters, all of my subscribers, all of my Tennessee brothers and sisters, all of my Alabama brothers and sisters, all of my Georgia brothers and sisters, all of my brothers and sisters across this land. What we need to do as a collective is realize, number one, your governments, plural, are a scam. And literally organized crime. DC, District of Criminals. Number two, you need to put action into that knowledge. You need to say, no, fuck you. By the way, it's not just government. I think that was in my explanation earlier. It's not just government. But the masses have the ability to dictate things. But you don't have, number one, you got to have the knowledge so that you have the conviction to stand there in righteousness and say, we know. Right? If you can't stand in front of those oppressing you and those that are extorting your equity in multiple ways, not just one way, if you can't stand there in their face and say to them as a collective, or at least 20-25% of the population, that's all it would take. Do you know what these rats would do in these city governments, state governments, and the federal government? I don't give a fuck. The Pentagon. You know what they would do if they saw 20-25% of this country do this and say, no, y'all can go fuck yourselves now. And no, we're not playing. Go fuck yourselves. All you got to do is stop buying from. You can literally in 30 minutes. You can, if you're really savvy, you can find out. Well, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. Go figure out which big corporations are tied to A, royalty. Don't buy nothing else from them. 2, Freemason owned. You're out. Freemason created. Freemason symbols everywhere. No, we don't buy from you no more. If you're involved in child trafficking, hey, ladies that like Victoria's Secret, hey, do you know who, fuck, why can't I think of his name now? The owner of Victoria's Secret that fucking basically helped him. He was the biggest. Nobody helped Epstein become, well, I won't say that. He's one of the top 3 or 4 people that helped make Jeffrey Epstein what he is. The owner of Victoria's Secret, fucking, bleh. I can't spit his name out right now. I've got a lot of information in my brain. Sorry. I can't think of his name. Anyway, you gotta stop. You gotta stop enriching these fucking people. And yes, the banks are part of it too. You can build side systems, and what better? The people of the Southeast are built for this situation. All you gotta do is separate from them. Don't enrich them. Don't spend your money with them. Don't give them your money. Like I started out, government. Don't give them tax money. Don't pay taxes. Fuck that. No. Stop. But communities can sustain themselves and build parallel systems. And that's what needs to be done. Because I assure you, they're building. If you haven't seen the reports, they have, from what I heard, anywhere from 800 to 1,000 data centers that they're planning on putting in this country, all across America. And those data centers are going to have massive amounts of data in them, and they're going to be tied to their surveillance system that Palantir is building. It's a control grid surveillance state hell that they're building with smart cities as part of it for your fucking kids and grandkids. And yes, they definitely think that the population needs to be dropped down a whole lot. You know, the Georgia Guidestones got blown up. They probably did it just to get rid of it, because we're getting close to the time when they were wanting to do all that shit. And it came time for them to get the time capsule out from under it. But if you didn't notice on that, the Georgia Guidestones, it said that they wanted to maintain the global population at 500 million people. That's only 500 million. Right now there's about 7 billion on the planet. They want 500 million. Brothers, do you know how to do math? Brothers, do you love or hate the Federal Reserve? Oh, brother. Oh, my neck's hurting. Where'd my vape go? Here, let me light a cigarette. Anyway. Well, where'd my vape go? I'll get my vape. Oh, damn it. Damn, I done lost my vape, people. People! I sound like Ammon Hillman now. If y'all don't go watch Lady Babylon on YouTube, you have got a screw loose, because that is the funnest shit going right now. I'm telling you. Dr. Ammon Hillman is a treasure to this planet. Look, I'm going to do y'all a favor right now. Look, I'm fixing to tell you something. You can call me egotistical if you want to, but I guarantee you, you people up and down Gun Barrel right here, and you people here in Chattanooga, Y'all need to take advantage of me. This guy, this homeless guy that y'all see out here is acting crazy and got gray beard and out here freaking flashing political signs and talking about some kid songwriter. Yeah, y'all need to learn from me, because your children's future depends on you acting now. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're building because you won't look at it. Everybody's looking at the same shit. Even if you don't like government and don't trust the media, mainstream media, if you're on social media, look, the enemy is infiltrated. If you can't tell, this Charlie Kirk thing is an example of how they've infiltrated. As a matter of fact, they've outsourced. Your government has outsourced. People talking about they're privatizing government. It was privatized before it was corporate because it was captured. You know what? I'm getting off on a rabbit hole I want to cover in a video by itself. So I'm gonna shut up about that. But anyway, I like Tennessee, and Tennessee people are good people. Generally, people in the Southeast are really, you run into the sweetest people there. I'm not saying there's a higher percentage of good people in the Southeast than other places, but I feel at home in Tennessee, so I want to just give a shout out to Tennessee and Chattanooga. Love y'all. Y'all are some good people. I'm sorry. I'm going to get my old crotchety, pissed off ass off the street and go and get me a regular job. I'll get a warehouse job, any kind of production, assembly line, warehouse production. Those are the four. Anything like that, I can get. Anybody hires me for a job like that, nobody wants to get rid of me unless it's a red coat English snot-nosed Nazi fresh out of England, London, that works over at Gaston. That was the one son of a bitch that wouldn't leave me alone for another 5 weeks, and I would have been buying a fucking minivan. I've been off the street, bitch. No one needed to come use your bathroom and your fucking microwave and all your other shit. And yes, Partners Personnel down there. I know y'all don't watch my videos or anything anymore. I would consider, if y'all apologize to me for not having my back against Gaston and that freaking redcoat bitch over there. You know, actually, if anybody at Gaston ever sees this that's higher up than that snivel-nosed little bastard, what y'all ought to do is hire me back. You know, holla at me. Damn. I mean, I'll come back to work out there. Y'all just need to call off that little bitch. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to remove a short that I put up day before yesterday because it had a really, really bad word in it. I hated to do it, though, because I was showing everybody the swastika that's in the Chase Bank symbol. Look at it close. It's there. Yeah. Stick with me, brothers. I'll teach you all the shit that nobody ever taught you before. You might know bits and pieces of what I can teach you, but most of it and the big picture of what you see from 50,000 feet up, after you learn all of it that I've learned, that's when you go, oh shit, no. Oh hell, no. Hey Dennis, I remember the veins in your neck sticking out on the side of your neck when I was sitting there when I was a kid. I was probably my teenager. I think it was right before we moved to Jasper. It might have been right after we came back, but I think it was right before. I don't know. One of the two. You might know. But the veins in your neck were sticking out, and you were pissed off. You were making good money. You were working in sales. I think you had just gotten on. I don't know if you left Gold Kiss. I guess you left Go Kiss. You were selling farm equipment, making good money, but you were pissed off about the tax rates, and it was all about the fucking tax rates under Jimmy Carter and fucking goddamn Reagan was gonna. Yeah, that's right. It was right before Reagan got elected. You were pissed off, and Dad was sitting there trying to. It was a deep conversation between you and Dad, and you were pissed off. And so the story goes from there, all this bullshit about trickle-down economics and how fucking Reagan fucking goddamn lowered the taxes, which he did. Well, I mean, it took cooperation. But there was an outcry at that time, and basically Reagan was a pacifier. Got stuck in the mouth. There's so much dirty shit that went on in the background that Mom and Dad were never aware of. See, that pisses me off worse than anything. You deceived my mother and father. You covertly enslaved my mother and father. Ooh, boy. You talking about burning somebody's ass. When you come to the full knowledge of things and you realize what the hell they've been doing, it's taken them a couple thousand years to put the system together. This wasn't easy for me to decode this shit, people. You're welcome, but it wasn't easy to do. It was not easy to do. It took a lot of my time. At least 30 to 32,000 hours over the past 9 to 9.5 years. Literally, every second of that amount of time. Looking for answers to really big questions. And then, a couple of years after I found the First Amendment auditors and started learning more about the Constitution, and at the same time analyzing the deception, the intentional fraud, actually, language fraud and other types of fraud, procedural fraud, according to their own rules, in these foreign admiralty courts that are enemy courts, by the way. All you people out there that are conservatives and Republicans and think that you're fucking, there's a such thing as freedom, and that I'm going to go vote for conservatives, and they're all about freedom, and we have a Constitution. Goddamn, Mark Levin. Mark Levin. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh, and I used to listen to Mark Levin, and I used to listen to Michael Savage, and I used to listen to all these people, especially Rush Limbaugh, for years. God, I was a freak. Now, look, the economic stuff is, you gotta understand, it's surface level only. You're not learning deep shit from Rush Limbaugh as far as economics. You're learning the fucking shallowest fucking level. One of those 25 levels. You're learning only that first of those 20 to 25 levels of really understanding money and economics in the world, which means in the United States too. If you understand economics as well as Rush Limbaugh understood it. So, yeah, you have a level you can go to, and you can master that fucking level. The only question is, how many levels from the very bottom level is that? Because you got more levels you gotta go. Yeah. Donkey Kong's got different levels. You think life don't? Come on. Look. How many people? I'm rambling, so I'm gonna give some good stuff here at the end. I'm gonna end this, okay? But I'm gonna give you, if you hung in here this long, thank you. I'm gonna give you some facts. Number one, what is the national debt? Everybody's talking about the national debt. What is it? Ding, 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 ding. If you said 220 to 230 trillion, you're correct. If you said 38 trillion, or just under 38 trillion, or whatever it's saying right now, is the debt, you gotta look down in that bottom right corner and include unfunded future liabilities that are promised to be paid out already, in addition to what they've spent to this point. That's your true debt. It's like 224, 226, 227, something like that. Yeah. You know how long it takes to spend $1 trillion? If you spent $100,000 per day, every day, 7 days a week, it would take you 27,000 years to spend $1 trillion. This is your time and labor, Americans. And these pigs, these criminals, these pedophiles, these pedophile protectors, these military intelligence and regular military protectors of child abuse and trafficking have spent and blown almost $230 trillion of your fake toilet paper Illuminati painted money. Did you know that only about 94 to 96% of all dollars ever created by the Federal Reserve have ever ended up in, well, I won't say that. No, that's incorrect. 94 to 96% of current dollars in circulation do not exist physically. It's in digital form. Fucking computers, bank accounts, actually private equity accounts, and large trusts. Think of that for a minute. Let it sink in. They've given you a currency, and then they've made it so that the government, federal government, which is a foreign-owned corporation, hint, they all capital letters. More than that later. And they made it so the government was the one that instigates the creation of every single one of those fucking dollars. Oh shit. Not gonna be. Are we gonna have problems with this guy? Hey, guys, wait a minute. Before we do this, are we gonna have problems out of this? Are we gonna have problems with this? Is it gonna cause a problem? Look, you can pull up the newspaper articles from when this shit was going down out there on Jekyll Island, or whatever the fuck, whatever they call it, fucking island, right off the coast of Georgia, Tybee Island. I went there. One of my old YouTube channels did this video of me on the beach there. Anyway, I'm running my mouth like this. I love it. Anyway, yeah, The Creature from Jekyll Island. I think that's a book. Yeah, that's one of them I hadn't read. I intend to read that one day, though. The next book I want to read is Whitney Webb's One Nation Under Blackmail, because that book right there, any American that reads that book, from what I understand, and I love Whitney to death, and she's all in my playlist. By the way, my playlist is the most important thing about my fucking channel. Yeah, brothers, don't listen to little brother. Go listen to the people that little brother learned from. They're in my playlist. The whole reason my playlist is there so that everybody can arm themselves with truth and facts and the mechanics of this evil ass fucking bullshit. America could be. Imagine what the history books in the future would look like if America actually rose up and did a 180, actually, and the people of America stood up, because the people of America have the power still. It might be the only nation on the planet that still has the power for the people to rise up, if they did, to actually change the global system. Think of that for a minute. All this freedom, rah, 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 flag waving bullshit, patriotic shit. It's obviously been a bloodbath for natural resources. Okay, here's a book for you. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna name 3 or 4 books just off the top of my head, real fast, and then I'm gonna name the 4 or 5 most important content creators on YouTube. All right, ready? First book. Book's called Who Really Killed Martin Luther King Jr. The key word is really. Who Really Killed Martin Luther King Jr. That is the title of the book. Now, the author, I can't remember the author's name. Great book, though. Fantastic. Pulls a lot from Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, not the drink. If you know about Dr. Pepper had a book, too. But it pulls a lot from that. But that book, incredible. Book number 2 would be the book by Mr. Perkins that's in the first or second Zeitgeist movie, which you need to go watch both the first one and the second one. Third one's trash, it's useless. The first 2, though, the first and second Zeitgeist movie, you need to go watch it, both of them. And if you don't, hey, the evidence on 9/11, they blur it out in the second one, or no, it's in the first one. They blur all that evidence out, so you gotta do Zulu, you gotta pay for it or something. But second one is Confessions of an Economic Hitman. That is Mr. Perkins, ex-CIA, intelligence, whatever fuck he was, yeah. And what he did and what the United States was doing to the fucking countries that should have had their sovereignty left the fuck alone, so that their people and their economic stability could be left the fuck alone. But no, what he did was he would go in after they had an election or whatever and try to, if this was needed, okay, in that country because they had an election, go in there and try to slide a contract across the table for a loan from the IMF or the global banks. Well, you need to borrow money. Come on, borrow money. You see, it's a trap. And the U.S. did it. Okay, the U.S. is responsible for trapping a whole bunch of nations through the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, where those corporations, now captured corporations, are actually registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, just like Australia is, just like Romney. You need to go and listen to Romney and Justinian Deception, the YouTube channel. You need to go watch every fucking video 5 times that's at that fucking channel until you get that shit through your head, because it's real. Now, the religious stuff, I have to put that aside because I've already done figured out the bullshit with that too. When I tell you that I have figured out all of their bullshit, do not underestimate me. Okay, that was book 2. Book 3 would be shit. It's by Howard Zinn. The guy's last name is Zinn, and the book title is something along the lines of a people's history of the United States of America, or a people's, it's something like that, a people's history, a real people's history of the United States, or the people's history, or the people's history of the United States, something like that. His last name is Zinn, Z-I-N-N. If you just try to do something like that title, I can't remember the title exact, but there's 3 books for you, okay? Those are 3 really good books, all right? And then the most important content creators on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, right now, are Sean Ross, who's constantly like one of the top 2. Sean Ross, his channels are Chats of Frats, Homeland Security, Sickurity, Gure, in all caps and just lowercase, 2 different channels, Giureh. He's back, by the way. He disappeared for about 6, 7, 8, 9 months. I was worried about him. But he's back. The great Sean Ross. The great Whitney Webb. Her articles, she writes about a lot of different subjects. She is the author of One Nation Under Blackmail. Her articles and all kinds of stuff that she has written. Just please go to unlimitedhangout.com. Unlimitedhangout.com. Not limited hangout, unlimitedhangout.com. That is Whitney Webb's site. You can go read her articles there. She is a professional journalist. She is an absolute angel. She is a fucking dragon. You don't know what a dragon is. She's a fucking dragon. You understand me? You better fear her ass, and you better respect her. I recommend you read every goddamn thing you can get your hands on, especially her 970-something page 2-volume book called One Nation Under Blackmail. If you don't read that, you're not going to know how evil this fucking shit is. If you don't go watch Sean Ross's stuff, you're not going to know how far back it goes and who these same people are through history, putting on different masks through history. Anyway, I'm going to stop this. I don't know if I'm going to upload this or not. I'm just messing around. Oh, shit. Damn it. I love the wind. There's a lot of things when you're homeless out here, you learn how to deal with it, but it still pisses you off. The wind and me re-smoking cigarettes. I make a cigarette pack last me 3 days. But I really like cigarettes, and they tend to burn down one side and waste some of your tobacco. It pisses you off. Anyway, I hope this video was worth something to somebody. My future videos aren't going to be me doing like this. I just was bored. So, but I'm going to, from here on out, everybody, my channel is going to be serious. I'm going to be efficient with your time. I know y'all don't want to spend time listening to me just run my mouth like I did in this video. From here on out, I am teaching and exposing. And you can come along for the ride, because it's going to be a ride. I'm not going to try to teach you everything I know, because that would kind of be a little bit ridiculous to even imagine. But I want to teach you the important stuff, because really the entire truth community, all it's got to do is unite behind 2 or 3 big issues instead of being fragmented like it is. See, this social media thing, I want to make one more point. Something I just realized here in the past couple of weeks, which really I should have seen before, because it's obvious. The social media infiltration that has happened by these talking heads pushing you for leftist statism, and the talking heads pushing you towards rightist statism. In other words, people telling you, oh, we need to go vote for this party or that party or whatever. Okay. Those people have infiltrated. The whole QAnon thing years ago that I got swept up in for about 1.5 years. My brothers, y'all remember me, I was a big Trump supporter. No. I was fooled back then, brothers, dear brothers. No, your little brothers woke up to the real truth. Donald Trump's the biggest piece of shit on the fucking planet right now, or at least in America. And from what I heard, he smells like shit. He is a piece of trash. My dear brother Dennis, you know that he has devalued the currency twice as bad as Obama and Biden put together. They have the keys to printing or creating that fucking dollar. Remember that. And the more they create, what happens to the fucking value of the rest of it? The value of it goes down. Prices don't go up, people. The value of the purchasing power of the currency goes down. When a fucking motherfucker gets in, Donald Trump, in 4 years, his first term, and spends almost $13 trillion. It was between $12 and $13 trillion in actuality of what he actually spent in 4 years. You know how much Barack Obama spent? It wasn't but something like, it was like 8.5 or 9.3%, somewhere between those two. 8.5 to 9.3 trillion in 8 years of Obama. Trump came in 4 years and damn near spent $13 trillion. I only had COVID to deal with. Yeah, I know. Have you heard the clip where or did you see him? Did you see the words come out of his mouth? I guess I'm the father of the vaccine. That fucking thing that's out there still fucking killing people, and they're still pushing it. I hope y'all, my brothers, I hope y'all didn't go get it. If you did, don't go get any boosters. Don't get any more. Don't get vaccinated for a goddamn fucking thing. You hear me? God damn it. Oh Lord, that's a deep rabbit hole. I think I recently put a video into one of my categories, bad medicine, most likely category, Dear Brothers, by a guy that's almost bald that has a little bit of gray and he talks really fast. You'll find that video where he goes deeply into the actual statistics of what's going on today and what has gone on in the past. People that had that goddamn shot. Oh God. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I love everybody. I'm trying to help save you. What's that damn movie with fucking dickhead Scientology cocksucker Tom Cruise, Illuminati bitch that you are? The one where he's the sports guy. And he had what's his name? The other guy in there that got in trouble recently, by the way, something sexual or violent. Cuba Gooding Jr. You know, show me the money. Help me help you. I'm trying to help y'all. Help me help y'all. Because I promise you, believe it or not, this homeless motherfucker right here, this old homeless blues guitar playing, blues singing country boy. I might be the most valuable homeless person in America. No shit. Y'all got me right here in Chattanooga. Y'all take advantage. I can show you the light. You know what the light is? You know what the real light is? Being able to see the dark. Because once you can see the dark, you can eliminate it. Get it? Alright, peace, y'all.